Will Grady finds his girlfriend Summer Elswick brutally murdered in a rural Maine house that they had been showing for sale as realtors. When questioned by the police detectives assigned to the case, Tom Nichols and his partner Dan Cleary will reveals that he was planning on marrying Summer but could not because she was technically still married to Sam Gifford. He is released video evidence from nearby security footage shows a dark-colored car with a missing hubcap that Dan identifies as a 1990 Buick LeSabre. Later on, Tom's wife Judy correctly identifies the vehicle as a Chrysler Imperial. After Summer's funeral, Will tells Tom about a man named Eli Phillips who had come to his mother's house a few nights earlier and tried to force himself in. He explains that when his father ran the family's real estate company, they had forcibly bought Ellie's family farm. Ellie's father committed suicide, and he blames Will's family for it. When Tom and Dan question Eli accuses Will of murdering Summer. He also reveals that he has been researching information on Tom himself, showing an awareness of a corruption scandal involving his former partner when he was working at a precinct in Philadelphia. DNA analysis of semen found inside of Summer during the autopsy matches that of Sam. This goes along with a statement from a friend of Summer's that the two of them were still seeing each other, meeting secretly at the properties she was selling to have sex. Tom returns to Sam's with a warrant. Sam grabs Dan's gun and is shot by Tom while attempting to flee. A search of his house finds 13 kilograms of heroin. The deceased Sam is declared to be Summer's murderer, but Tom is hesitant to consider the case solved. Eli shows up at his house at night and gives him a flash drive with evidence that Summer was caught up in a scheme by the Gradys to launder drug money. Properties are planted with drugs and then commandeered via civil asset forfeiture. The Gradys, operating under a shell company called Whitefish, then snap up the properties at a discount. Summer was murdered to stop her from reporting the scheme to the D. Evidence points to police officer Wally Finn being behind Whitefish, as he also heads a private security company called Active Duty Consulting that uses the same post office box as Whitefish. Will shows up at Ellie's house demanding the flash drive back. Another person shows up. Tom later arrives at Ellie's house and finds him missing at the birthday party for Captain Robert Allen, Tom's superior officer and Judy's uncle. Tom attempts to privately inform Allen of Wally's role in Summer's murder and the money laundering scheme, but is interrupted. Later at the same party, Tom discovers a Chrysler Imperial in Allen's garage with a recent paint job. Allen finds Tom in his garage and tells him to let the matter go. Fearing for his safety, Tom comes home with Judy, explains what he knows to her, and tells her that they must leave that night. However, Allen calls and says he will explain the matter the next day if Tom comes over. Tom agrees. He gives the flash drive to Police Chief Marty Greber, and the two of them go together to Allen's house. Marty excuses himself to go to the bathroom, and Allen pleads with Tom to leave before going upstairs to save his own life. Allen is then shot. Marty, who is in on the scheme, comes out and attempts to kill Tom. Tom is able to kill Marty and subdue Wally, who had been upstairs. The FBI arrests Will as he is golfing